So just be a second. I've got to post off a message. Where are we? How's it? So I just sorry the delay. I just got a problem with the NAS. Just told Jacques about it, and this guy's not on it. Just give me a second. I'll be all right with you guys. Sorry, guys. I'm caught behind there. Just as I'm trying to get off the phone there, and wants data center. I'm sorry. Just going to have to bear with me. I'll be as quick as possible. Okay, right, sure. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah. Upload. Just do it later after the section. So someone on the phone there, I just couldn't get off the phone. It was taking too long. I had to go and sort it out. Okay, right. Got me a bit trying to do two things at once, and I get a call from a WhatsApp all at the same time. We've got to sort you guys out. Right, sorted now. Where are we? Okay, great. Right. So working up. Just let these guys in here. Just let me. Now what? Sorry. Can't think about that. Moment tough. I'm in the training. Sorry, guys, I have to wait. Right. Okay. Nasdaq, as you can see, is stuck. Okay. I think the Dow is as well. Jack knows all about it, so I've been fiddling around with trying to get it sorted. So it looks like that's stuck. Yeah, 1547. Oh yeah, stuck. They're working on it. They know about it. Okay. That's the trouble. This happens. You get guys coming in. It's stuck. We know. We are on it. Okay. Sorted. Right, where were we? Yeah, the Nasdaq and the Dow are stuck. And yeah, when it'll be up and running, I haven't a cooking clue, to be honest, no idea. It'll be up when they get it sorted. Okay. It's frustrating because, as I say, people come in all the time. What's happened? Well, say it's stuck. Won't be up. I don't know. That's not. They get onto the tech guys. I don't know. It's not something I deal with. Okay. Right. Been a quiet day so far, and it seems to have continued. We didn't get anything out this morning, did we? We needed the EUR AUD, but decided not to, which turns out in retrospect, it's a bit of a pity actually, because it did pretty damn well. If we go back, EUR AUD, yeah, did pretty well. Let's go back on the 1 hour chart. This is like, what's it now? 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10. Around about this level here, it would have been up some in the region, maybe at 80 odd pips. It's a bit of a pity that, but we didn't know at the time. So you did retrospect. Sometimes we missed it. We're glad we missed it. But this is one that did actually take off. So yeah, we mentioned this morning to remember and decided not to do it. So it happens. Okay, that's all. I don't think we've got anything else out. Brent still seems to be crawling along. So it's not a week, I'm afraid to say. I'm looking forward to all these fundamentals coming out. Again, like I mentioned this morning, it's a bit of a hassle because there's more coming out tomorrow and then Wednesday and Thursday. I think going into Friday as well. A whole bevy of interest rates coming out, Switzerland and America, Euro, pound, that sort of thing. So unfortunately, it's just going nowhere, the market as a result. Everyone's a bit scared of it. Okay, yeah, so before I just put a note down, hang on, there are one moment. Sorry, Hedry, I'm in the trading room at the moment. I can only speak to you after 5 o'clock. Sorry about that. The NAS they're working on, it'll be up just now. Hopefully, anyway. Okay, mate, cheers, bye. Okay, I just want to put a little alarm for the 1/2 when it opens. What's it now? 25 minutes, put 24 minutes. Just a reminder to go to the NAS. Okay, and then to see any shares. I've got a couple of shares I put down to have a look at. Because we haven't got any Forex at the moment. Unless you can come up with a Forex idea, I'd be very pleased to know. How's it, guys? I've got a couple written down to have a look at. COP dot, which is ConocoPhillips, not well. Tell you why I looked at that as a possibility. This is the one. A bit strange, not the one I was looking at earlier on. No, maybe not. Maybe we might get a bounce on there. We'll look at it later on when it opens. You might get a bounce. The other one was mentioned a week or two ago, Disney. I decided to leave it, but it might be a possibility on the Disney. Maybe not. I must have had a different chart. Was it the 4 hour maybe looked at? No, I was thinking of Disney is a bit higher up, might do something. No, forget it. Okay, even that's not looking pretty good. Okay, so it's a bit frustrating at the moment. Really battling to find decent trades. Never mind just yourself, but my group and myself, of course, to do. But again, it seems to be quite difficult. Anyone been in Brent or gold, you see it's jumping at that round about a level here, sort of hovering, if you like. And gold seems to be coming off a bit again. I mentioned then you guys want to see a bit of a profit, be a little bit careful with these fundamentals coming out in case it pops back up again. But it popped up and popped out down. So no one or two guys have taken profit on it. And then that's fine, back to reasonable profit. But I'd leave that alone as well. Again, all jumping around a very tight range. Okay, just want to make sure, is the Nasdaq back up and running? Is still not. Okay, still working on it. Okay, Joe, funny. Okay, so right, finally, no pressure, Mr. Murray, but have you got any brilliant ideas? Go on, trade the century. If you can find one, you get a free round the world trip and the King Suite and QE2.
I would love it. Good
But joking apart, do you see anything out there? Because well, the few days I haven't seen anything out. Friday is one of them. It really is. And the guys are coming up and saying, where are the trading signals? I said, well, I haven't got them. Just simple as that. The AUD, I looked at it, no, I'm not strong enough. It turned out we've been a bit of quite a nice one, but that's easy to say afterwards. Hey, I'm looking at the DXY. I'll just copy and print it for the guys here. If you don't have it, just takes 2 seconds. That's the, as you know, the dollar index. Just copy and paste that. And as I'm at it, I'll do the economic calendar as well. Okay, so that's done. Anyway, go back to DXY. It's come off, it's dropped below 105. So that means the dollar's weak a little bit. But again, I wouldn't take too much notice of that. The dollar's know where it's going either. Everything's hovering, don't know which way. CPI is coming out tomorrow, I believe, and that could have an inflationary or deflationary effect, which will affect currencies, especially the dollar, the stock market, the works. So, and then we're falling to interest rate on Wednesday, Fed decision in the evening. So it's going to be interesting week, put it that way. Just said to the guy, well, right, okay. Good point. You got in, yeah. Good stuff. You got that one. Okay, that's doing okay, isn't it? But that to me, was most of things are no brainer. As close as damage should have been. As mentioned, all the problem having over here with the ratings, looking at downgrading again. HCOM going to what's it? Load shedding 6, grade 6. Yeah. So yeah, if you got it at 1710, absolutely. Make it just above 1710. Cover your costs. Maybe make it 1730. There you are. Then you'll cover costs and get a couple of bucks out of it. So if you're in the dollar rand, make it 17. Actually, make it 1725. So there you are. You'll make some profit on it and give it a room to move. There's a good chance a bit more upside on this one. At least you'll then be protected, whatever happens. Okay. Do you think the NAS will react as quick tomorrow as do with us? Yeah, well, sure, absolutely. If good question, Anna Marie. CPI is way above expectation. I expect some downside on the NAS and the shares, and I expect big dollar strength coming in because there'll be big talk about interest rates being increased. You know, the normal story. Like, so yeah, it'll have an effect depending how it comes out. Okay, that's sorted anyway. Good afternoon, Sia. Yeah. So yeah, so at least we made a profit on that one, and hold on to it. Couldn't find any shares actually. Well, look, maybe you can think of something. I went through a few, couldn't find anything actually. Maybe you'll find something. Have a look at. No man's land seems to be the story. Eh? Oracle. No. So the Nasdaq is not giving much indication. Hang on, sorted. Aha. All right, let's still send me on the NAS. Not a lot. Sure, not a lot at all. Hey, look at this. Nothing. Okay. Just have to see how it opens. Okay. Yeah, another 10, 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. Well, the only real way to trade it is where you put a buy stop and a sell stop before the release of the figures. Maybe we talk about now the NAS. I believe that we're still NAS. Maybe the euro dollar or something, about 20 pips below and up. I think if you're going to do the NAS, it might be better maybe do 30 pips above or below. If you've got enough money, I can't remember what's in your account there, Anne Marie. But if you've got less than 5, I'd leave it alone. It's too volatile. But if you want to go for it, you can go 20 pips above. So make it 25 pips to be safe. Above, actually, maybe even 30 pips. 30 pips below. So you've got a buy stop 30 pips above. Okay, and a sell stop 30 pips below. Hope you don't get a whiplash because you might assume you probably might get a whiplash. But if it does jump up on it, then you cancel this one or delete it, and then hopefully you ride it up. If it goes down, then you cancel obviously the long, and then you ride the short. Does that make sense? If you haven't done that before, or you haven't much experience in trading, well, if you haven't done before, not a point. But if you haven't much experience in trading, maybe leave it. If you've got a small account and inexperience, probably more wise to leave it. Because the only way you might get a whiplash, you've seen it, where it suddenly jumps up and then comes off again. And now you're in 2 trades. But that's one way. Make it about 30 pips above and below. Any questions on that? Is all clear? You've got the funds, yeah, maybe you want to give it a go. Don't go in too big. If you want to do the NAS, maybe you work it out, but don't go in too big. And then if you want to do euro dollar or dollar yen or whatever it happens to be, you can. I would suggest you leave the Canadian and the especially the Swiss alone. Choose maybe the euro or even the pound's a bit iffy. Euro dollar or maybe the Japanese yen or the NAS or the S&P if you like or whatever. Okay, but just remember 20 pips if you're going to do this currency, and I think 30 pips and slightly safer above or below if you want to do the NAS. It is in one order of 2. I'm sure. I don't know what that means. Is it one order or 2? Well, it's two pending orders. It didn't cost you anything. You're not in the market unless one of them gets filled. So it's a pending order above and a pending order below the market. See which one gets triggered when the news comes out. Okay. Make sense? Are you good with that, Anne-Marie? Good. If anyone else wants to have a go at it, can, but just make sure you've got funds and you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, leave it alone. You don't want to get caught with misinformation, not misinformation, misunderstanding the information. Basically. Okay, right. Yes, absolutely, Mark. Makes a change from me saying it, hey. Sure. Okay, Tabo, this is the first time I joined the trading, not trading, it's trading room. I will need more information on how to start trading maybe after the session. Right, Tabo, let's just start at the beginning. On that, welcome, Tabo. Absolutely, thanks for that, Fanny. When you come to the trading room, it's all about clearly trading. So we do some clarification areas you're not sure of. We do discuss a couple of strategies and other bits and pieces, but you need to have the basics. It's not a question I'm going to put a couple of bucks in my account. I don't have any knowledge of what a lot size is or a micro is or a CFD is. You go to the trading room. It's you need to get the basics first. So if you've got SMC, go into a couple of classes on Forex and CFDs, get just a basic knowledge, not to be an encyclopedic knowledge, and then you can join us here and take it from there. I don't do one-to-ones anymore because I'm the only one really qualified and got a lot of clients. It's just too time consuming. Unless you put 1 million in, I might make an exception there. But yeah, otherwise it's a trading room, do the classes and remain in contact on WhatsApp. That's what you're saying there, Mark. Just a second, just make it a bit larger so you see what you're saying. I was trading Brent on larger lot size and on Friday, hit the quick sell button on the red candle, got to change the lot size. Well. Yeah, try and make it a habit. I know things are moving fast. Trying to make it a habit just to make sure you got your lot size correct before you press the buy sell button. Oh, that's even more dangerous. Brent's one thing, the NAS could be active and goes the wrong way. Oh my goodness. And naturally went the wrong way. If you went in too small, it would have gone the right way. That's called Sod's law. Whoa. Ish, if they went the wrong way. Hallelujah, party time, we went the right way. If one person made a mistake, instead of putting 0.01 or 0.02 or something like that, or 0.03, I can't remember, by mistake, highly leveraged account, putting 1.0. Luckily, I saw it in time playing around. We gave him a contact and said, close it. So I hope it didn't go fantastically right for him because he'd have doubled his money. But I was more worried about it if it goes wrong, blowing his account. Yeah, so just be careful of those lot sizes. I bet you panicked. Yeah, God, I'll bet you did. Yo. Well, there's a good lesson, guys. Okay, make sure before you press over, fast the market's moving, you got the buy or the sell correct, and the say make sure the volume's correct. Remember, it often defaults to the last one. So let's say you bought 1 share of Tesla and you go there and you want to go 0.1, you forget to change it, and you click the button in the race to get in because it's going in theory your way, and you press 1.0 and a highly leveraged account, you might even have the market to get in there, and then if it goes wrong, then you've got a problem. Yeah, I think it's actually done this before, so you know where you was doing that. Doesn't matter if you know what you're doing, it's fair enough. It's just the major thing is for beginners got to understand that. I mean, you've done it enough times like March, so you know whether you press the wrong button or not, because you'll check it out immediately. I mean, some people don't know what a leverage account is or the difference between 500 and 100 and the implications thereof. So that's why I say, please, guys, go to classes, go there. And it's not that many go to classes. The amount of clients you've got, very few go, but they still trade. And then they get upset when things go wrong because they just don't understand the basics. It's not clever. So it won't do you financially much good. Clearly, not like anything else, right? Got to start sometime, but start with getting a bit of knowledge behind you, like yourself there. See, some guys say, I don't want to pay all this money for a course, but I'll trade it anyway. And they put in minute amounts of money and then wonder what happens when they get stopped out nowhere near the stocks. They don't understand margin call, things like that. It's usually people who least can afford it, you know. It's not just not aware of the risks involved. And so we're here to educate, but clearly got to go to the classes. Anyway, moving along. Right. Yeah, you can revise, but you can if you want. You got the basics, Anna Marie. Now it's just experience. Come to TR and pick up experience and do what you're doing, and then you should be fine. I think wading through more theory, once you've got the basics, I'm not sure how necessary that is. It's interesting if you like that sort of thing, but the major thing is to get the practical stuff we try and cover here. Okay, what's under Brent? Anything happening, Brent? It's going up a little bit. Ooh, hallelujah, it's actually going up a bit. Good. Oh, whoa. I'm sorry, guys. It's just one of those days. In fact, it's going to be negative here. I think it'll be one of those weeks where it's going to be fear of the markets. We might get some indication on CPI tomorrow, what's likely. But up till then, I think you might find people out there going to be waiting. I think we've got a short bubble about 92, but if you're not already in it, I thought you might be in it. We've already got a short out in it about 92 bucks. I'll tell you what it is. I obviously got it last week. Yeah, 92.85. We've got a short in it on Friday last week. Was it Friday? Thursday or Friday? Anyway. And yeah, so we're already in that. And we're $1 in profit at the moment. So we'll see what it's opening up in a few minutes' time and see if we can get a trade in there. We'll definitely have a look at it, because we already got a trade out on it. We have an opportunity to get in there, fellas. Absolutely, we'll have a look, see on the opening. Okay. I'm with you on the sell. I could jump around. The fundies could. You just don't know. The fundy, forget the technicals. I have not the slightest idea. Nobody in the world knows, except maybe Mr. Powell himself. Let's get a hot wire to him. I don't know. But if it wasn't for that, so I'd be happy with that. Sell around. But it seems to be hovering above the 11.5 at the moment. It's backing the breakthrough. Yeah. But to say anything can happen, so I can't give any more what I call intelligent advice other than that. I know. And believe me, nobody does. And if somebody says they do, I'd question their background in trading. I'm selling that sucker. That's an American expression. Sell that sucker. Okay, maybe we might get a bit of relief on Oxy if Brent goes up. Hopefully, might not hit the stop. Okay, well, unfortunately, as I say, I can't really think of anything. It's all totally sideways. So what I can do is answer any questions or deal with any trade ideas you come up with. We can look where the market's open in 5 minutes' time, etc. So we can maybe spend a bit of time on basic trading, not for guys who bought the course. Now other guys are getting it for free. No, but I mean clarification bits and pieces. Not sure of. I mean, like everybody now should have the position size calculator. Go to tech support, the live chat, and get this on your laptop or an app in your phone if you find in the App Store. And always know what your margin is. Just left click, right click, go to specifications. On silver, the contract size is 500. Be aware of it. And there's your deposit or margin. So which means you divide that figure into 100, will give you a leverage. So you know what your leverage is. Because it's called a 500 or 1 account. They're all slightly different margins, because that's up to the market maker to set the margin. So none will really be exactly 1 or 500. The 500 will be just more leveraged. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Nothing else to say. I can answer questions, discuss stuff if you like, with pleasure. And yeah, take it from there. Okay, guys, anything exciting, any questions you'd like to know about? Any trades you want to look at?
Roger, just a quick one. What is your rule of thumb for the distance from the change stop loss to the trading price, roughly?
The market price. Depends. If you're going to be modifying the NAS, that's the problem modifying, because anything close to 100 pips, you often get knocked out. That's why I discourage people to do the NAS unless they've got enough money to handle those kind of wide stops. Remember, 100 pips is $10 US on a micro. So you've got to bear that in account. But normally, it depends on the volatility, really, on the currencies. But rule of thumb, ballpark about 20 pips once you start modifying. But normally, let's say you get into, let's pick one here, make it US dollar, Swiss franc. Let's buy it or sell, it doesn't really matter. Let's say buying it. I like to see probably a minimum 30, sometimes 40 pips profit before I modify my stop to entry. Then if it starts continuing in the right direction, I might put it up about 20 to 25, 30 pips below or above market, depending on going long or short. Again, depending on the volatility of the specific instrument. And certainly do it if a funding is coming out. If you're in profit, you might do you a favor the funding to get your stop up to protect you, and then and see how the funding works out.
Thanks, Roger.
No problem. Okay, I wrote it announcement like stir up. Absolutely, it does. There's many factors. There's millions of people trade. There's many variables out there. The CPI will affect it, yeah. Absolutely. And I've mentioned many times, I hope you all know why. It's because it's guarding inflation, interest rates. And that will give an indication to the Fed if the inflation decreases or increasing. That's CPI. So it is important, very important. Over. Okay. GBP's, yeah, we'll just go over the NAS quickly. But if you say you're doing well, not going to trade, doesn't matter. So we'll go over the NAS. See how it opens. Probably fairly quiet. I'm expecting a fairly quiet opening. I'm not seeing any fireworks because of what these fundies coming out.
Yeah, is my data finished now? What? Thank you.
Oh, hey, I thought you said it's 11,487. So 11,600, you're doing fine. Still on the right is the idea, do fine. Let's open now. Yeah, guy asked me for a Zoom ID, and she's already got it. I already posted to him this morning. Slightly up, but that doesn't mean anything. Can jump back down yet, you know. So let's see how that looks. I'm just going to mute everybody. Just put a rack in the background there. Okay, let's have a look at the shares now. BA, the BA's defying gravity. What the hell is that going up for? Baba, yeah. I'm not sure I'll be chasing it now, or would I be? What have we got the stop as on Baba? We got the stop at 100. So if you chase it now, it's going to be $10. down to 75. Yeah, you can, if you've got 75.50, you could squeeze it now if you want. Just make sure I've got that the right way around. Yeah, $100 a stop. So you go in now, it's a scratch under $10 a share profit. We've got a 75.50. So it's about a 25, what's that, 75? No, so about a 15. No, it's not really good enough ratio. Yeah, it's only a $15 TP, we're around about a $10. And shares we like normally a bit more than 1.6, 1.7. Squeezing a bit if you go in now, but it's jumping back up again. If you get to 92, I'd be happy to short it, Gerard, whoever's looking at Mama, but I'm not sure I'll be chasing it at $90. Not totally against it, to be honest. I think it's a bit overcooked to say the least. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, it's a bit overcooked to say the least, but I would like to a little bit higher up. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, I want above the 50, just above here. I suppose you could squeeze 99 if you want to join it now, and then you get a better risk reward. $99 a stop. And do you know how to work out position size? Very simple. Take your entry from your stop, and that will be dollars per share, or dollars per 1.0. Well, you know the score anyway. Anyone else wants to do it on that basis, fair enough. Oh, is it now? What's happened to Brent? Brent's going up. It might come right. It might come right. Where's Oxy? It might be lucky if Brent's coming right. Hey, that was the punting trade. What have they got for Oxy? 62.50. You might be okay. You might be lucky. 13 cents from stopping out. I've been close like that myself, and then he came right in the end. So it might start moving back up. So keep your fingers crossed there. Keep your fingers crossed, Mark. Might just come right there. Hopefully, anyway. Just say Brent seems to be trying to attack. Where's Brent? See him trying to attack 77, so we might get lucky. Keep your fingers crossed. All I can say on that. Okay. What else? LUV, I think you modified stop. That seemed to be coming off. That's good news. Give us a bit of jip, or Microsoft seems trying to pop up, doesn't it? Still nicely in profit. It should be protected anyway with the modified stop loss. It's nice if you could have got the TP, which I think is about 236 or something. But anyway, we'll see. Meta is giving us some jip. We got it 117, I think, and it's popped up a bit. So maybe we'll come right on that. Who knows? Anyway, let's see how it works out. Yeah. Plus a bit of threat from the Russians as well. Yeah, so Netflix, we'll do a couple of shares while we're here. I think I see downside here, to be honest, but I still think I'll wait for the CPI on it. Yeah, Oxy is giving us a bit of jip. What about Ferrari? No, wouldn't be chasing that. Tesla, that we missed that. Nearly took it just down below 200. I think we chicken out. I don't know quite why we didn't. Anyway, we didn't. I wouldn't be chasing it now. It might be an idea. Actually, good thinking there, Farley. Good thinking, Batman. Yeah, maybe a stop round about 120, 120, something like that. That's take it down to there. It's not no, that's not going to work. You have to take it further down. It's our meta stop anyway. So you can find it and it's all this stuff here. Got quite a few trades out, which is good. 125.7 100. 125.70 and 100. That's too far away. I think we can make it slightly tighter stop. Maybe 123. Where's that? That's what original stop. Maybe make it here. Maybe 121.50, and you can take it down to $100. See what happens there. Okay. If you want to do re-enter meta, say you stop. Quite simple. 121. You can do the maths. Okay. What's the price now? Just call it $6. Make it around $6. And I'll include the costs. Okay. So if you go in, well, I'll do it quite straightforward. $100 your stop, and sorry, 100. What now? Make it 121. Make it 121.50. So that's 115. That's $6.50 per share is your risk. Call it just over. Call it about $100 a share is your risk, and then you put your TP in as 100, and that'll definitely give you a risk reward. Put it down for you, if you like. SL 1 2. Is that going to be a bit close? I'm just going to get stopped out a bit too close. 121.50. Stick with that. So what's the price now? 50. It comes exactly $7. Yeah, $7. This is $7. 7. What's 7 times 750? It's 120. Or 120 per. Don't forget per 1.0, not 0.1, per 1.0, or multiple variant. Don't forget, if you want to do, you can do a fraction, and you do 1.5 or 2.5, but don't do below 1. Don't forget. So if you want to do 120 minimum, you want to do 180, takes 1.5, 242, you get the idea. Okay, if you want to do that. I won't write down because you've already got to trade out of 117.70. Don't move your stop, it's too early. See if we can get some more action for example, modifying, and just hope before the CPI doesn't do anything daft. If the CPI comes out, just a thought, it's up to you, a bit of common sense. You've got to think of your feet sometimes. So CPI could be anyway, maybe I'll modify it down. So let's say it's this price, then I would modify it down to entry, just in case the CPI goes wrong for me. That's why it's vital you think on your feet in this business. Okay. Microsoft might be the same story. If you're in a profit, obviously use it, but again, common sense. If it's $1 away, I mean, you can't modify your stop to entry, get stopped out, whatever happens. But if it's, let's say, this is the price, the CPI is coming out, and you got it at 250, 350, that's enough to modify your stop, just in case the thing goes bad. Okay. But please don't say, oh, well, Roger said move my stop, and it's 50 cents away. Well, I mean, goodness sake, that's not going to work. It's nothing parrot fashion. You've got to think on your feet. I know it's tough when you first start. I get that. I started as well. But you still got to think a little bit on your feet on it. The most difficult thing for me when I start, for everyone to start, is to realize this is not an exact science. It's more of an art than an exact science because of the variables out there. Hope that makes sense. Okay. What's NAS doing actually? It's coming off a bit, so Bubba in theory should be coming off. Not much happening. What's his Oxy doing? What's Brent doing? Not much. Let's see what Oxy's doing anything. It's trying to, guys. It's trying to. I know a couple of guys in that. It's trying to back above 63. Come on, Oxy, you can do it. Hey, ZAR's doing okay, isn't it? At least that does make sense. I remember we had this thing, what the hell did it come off for the other day? Came down actually nice to get a nice, decent buy at 17.10. I'm in it myself, to be honest. What a pleasure. Yeah, I think it'd even modify, stop it higher. Maybe make it 17.30 now. Then you will have a profit, a nice one, whatever happens. Don't forget, guys, if you're going to do the ZAR, it's called an exotic, so the margin is higher. Now, there's a deposit is high. It's about 650 per micro, and the costs are higher. But I'm not too worried about the costs on that because it's doing well. And it seemed a high probability trade with all this HCOM carry on. I think you do better. Move up the TP. Oh, yeah. Brady, guys out there, don't forget, we concentrate a lot on the equity management, the SL area, but the TP can obviously be modified. Absolutely. Absolutely. If your TP looks a bit tight and things are getting worse with HCOM and all the rest of it, then move your TP, move your stop, and you might get more out of it. You don't want to hit your TP here and the thing shoots up here, and you're not on board. So move your TP up, get your stop not too close. You've got to have the noise, and then might squeeze more out. Ride the winners. Most people, unfortunately, ride the losers. Hope it's going to come right and grab the winners the first opportunity in case it goes away, which often, unfortunately, sometimes does in the ups and downs. But yeah, try and ride that winner. I think it's a good chance maybe getting back to 18. If it does that, I'll certainly be laughing because I'm in it. Story of everyone's life, Mark, is quite normal, quite common, I'm afraid. I often do that myself. I've often put the stop too close, got a bit nervous, and then got stopped out and you go screaming. Had reached another dollar yen. I made money, but not what I should have done. We're all human, remember that. I'm not too sure about that. My worry is it's no. If it was up here, absolutely, but down here, I'm not so sure. A good possibility of downside. What can we do? It's not $6, nearly $7. What's the downside? You might be able to squeeze it, but what's happening? Let's look at the out chart. It's the bottom of the range. I'm not that confident. It's not going through that. I'm not that confident. That's a good idea, yeah. That could suddenly jump around so much. Good idea. Shame card. Okay, you got to run, you got to go. We need to go, you got to go. But yeah, Apple, I think, I'll just say I'm not that confident. I'll set it here. I'll get it around. What time's the CPI tomorrow? Up to 3, I think. Just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? DD. Anyone like to go for it now? I personally rather get a better price. I'm not that keen. Anybody want to join anybody on Apple? Remember, it's a forum here. People often do and want to go anyway. I'll just well out of it. Leave it alone. Okay, fair enough. Brent going above 77. Ooh. Mr. Mario Smith, you're in that one, I think. So you're okay on that now. Being patient enough with it, even it is a bit slow. Now it could go late. The bloody thing comes off. What's the thing, June? Not much. Come off. Anyway, seeing what it's doing. That's great. That's great. Well, you'd be smiling. That's great. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Yeah, no. And as long as you can see why, It's not because Roger said it. He's the host. He said it. No, you got to know why I'm saying it. That's why I want to go into depth. Say there's a reason behind it. There's too many guys stretching this market thinking 20 because it's my lucky number. Well, hopefully this is a game of skill where you can think of it a bit more than that. Anyway, so yeah, leave it for the moment. If you miss it, Nike, hang on, you stop. And when was it? Hang on, just get this out of the way. Just do it properly. 350 stop. Make it a $4 stop. And the last time it was there was in 19th of August. What's that now? About 3.5, nearly 4 months ago. That might be possibly a downside there. What do you think? Do you want to have a break of the 10-day moving average confirmation? Or do you want to take it there with a stop above there? Haven't been there since August. And we can certainly get a risk reward in it. What about this for an idea? And I like to look at this one. Let's talk about weekly. Don't much problem with that at the moment. 4 hourly. 1 hour. See, sales are coming in 15-minute. Sales are coming in. And I like to look at Nike. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Big advertising in America, and they're all made in China. Anyone interested in Nike? Nobody? Oh, okay. What are you finding? Not interested in Nike for a short? I think there's a possibility, this one. If you don't, I'll leave it in. Okay. Well, even finally, you're in profit as well. That's good. Remember, we said this is a strictly a punt. And the punt seems to be coming right. It wasn't a complete punt, and we thought it out, and it was a bit oversold. It wasn't a complete flick of a coin, but yeah, it seemed to be coming right. Good. As you sing again, your bubba's trying to come off. Doing nicely, Brent. By the time we got some action, eh? Might come right in, eh? What a pleasure. I think we missed the CHF JPY. Yeah, we missed it. Couldn't get a risk reward. I think that was the problem. Because we wanted to buy that, couldn't get a risk reward. I think that was the problem. Cap JPY again, there's not much happening there. I think we might get a break up. So keep an eye on that one. That's because MT5 platform related. I'm using MT4, and after basic trading, I can't see the chart. Right. Well, basically, if you're here, you should be using MT5. If you're using MT4, it means you're with another broker. So it's not strictly, that's not strictly ethical to, to be using another broker and getting our services. That being as it may, if you're doing MT4, there are different contract sizes you'll look at. Like, for instance, it's 100 on oil and ours, 1,000 on theirs. Ours is 10 on gold, 100 on theirs. You've got to make sure you get position size right. But in theory, you should have an account here, not with another company, another broker, and using our services. You know, I wouldn't go to a lawyer and say thanks very much, and then go and take the business out with the other lawyer. No. Oh, I see. I beg your pardon. Okay. You can do, yeah. You can put it on. See what you can do. You go right click there, and then you click on trade levels. Right click, trade levels, and you'll see it on the actual chart. Does that answer your question, Fritz? Okay. Just right click anywhere on the chart and just go to trade levels. You come right, if you would. Good. Okay, guys, Kathy, Chuma, anybody there? Any questions? Gonsi, some new people. Gabriel should say. Any questions there? Are you all good? Some you're not sure about? Tabo, any questions? Some you're not sure about? $3:30 tomorrow. A bit pushed to me today. Sorry about that. I think it's a bit late now today. That's tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Sure, pleasure. Hey, Zephyr, you're a JQ. I seem to have gone the wrong way here. I think now is a chance of, no, I don't know, I'm not sure I want to sell this actually. But it was going off nicely, and I just jumped right up there. It seemed to be holding the 50-day. See how important that is? So everyone should have that. 15 and 200 day. I'm wondering if that might be short these levels. Anyway. I'm afraid to say, Karen, I know you're doing this, but for a person just started, I couldn't agree more. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, I quite agree. Oh, I see 2 lines. I presume, oh, thanks, it's good enough, yeah. No, I'm afraid I totally agree. That's why I'm sort of rabbiting. I hate it by this because you get people coming in fairly new, the experienced guys at the store, new, bated breath, take the time up, come up with some beautiful trades, and you get this boring old fart, as in moi, saying leave it alone all the way. I mean, you can hear in the background noise, not the squeaking of the chair, it's all the bloody chickens squeaking. Cluck, 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 cluck. Don't think we need a long session today. Yeah, long session today because I'm sure we've all got stuff to do. Unless you want some sort of clarification or questions, a Q&A session, which I can certainly do if you have the questions, to put them up. But if you don't put them up, I can't obviously answer them. But I'm not sure trades, well, you didn't like the Nike one. I'm not that confident this one. We're not getting a confirmation. And, you know, I don't want to start pushing something just for the sake of it, you know. And the only one we looked at is something we've been in before. We're having another bash at it. Where's it got? To 77. Wow, it's not that much. To be honest, no. 30 cents is not. It's far, far too close, Mark, on oil. What price you got about? Right at 80. Then that's correct. Might even go further. it starts going up high and your stop loss is in place, you might want to raise the TP up to maybe 90. It's up to you. But the bottom line is putting 77 is too close. The likelihood of getting stopped out is very high. You pop down and go up again. And, you know, you go to sleep and wake up in the morning, you see it's at 82, and then you're stopped out at 77. No, what price you get at entry again? Thank you. Stop loss going 765. Thank you. Great. I like when people give information. Normally have to draw it out. It takes time. I think you can maybe put it, just to save yourself, maybe put it entry. Even that's a bit close. I prefer at least $1.50 gap. But you know, to play safe, maybe if you're worried about it, move it up to entry. Oh, it's currently at 76.5. Read it, Roger, you idiot. I will leave it there. Leave it at 76.5. Okay, that's fine. But don't get it too close. I know from experience, I put it $1, modified to $1. Things stop me out, and I'm not on board anymore when the trade was turned out to be correct. This is the whole point, Mark. You've been doing it for a while. When you see the blue, you get nervous because someone's going to come take it away from you. Now, on the red, you wait for someone to take it away from you, and they don't see many contenders want to do that. So you hang on in there. You know you've done it before. Let's be honest, well, so is everybody else. And you hang to grossly overexposed into losers, don't want to take the loss, so it gets worse, and in the end, we're just sitting it. And the off chance, maybe 6 months down the line, it comes right. You can't do anything else. You can't trade anywhere else, and it's no good. So yeah, try and ride them, get knocked out. Maybe get 80, maybe get more. Might get back to 88 for all we know. We must start sort of getting an idea with to ride the blues and not hang on to the red. But only time will tell, and experience in overcoming that to put that into action. Like most things, serious and easy. In practice and emotions involved is a different matter. And that's why the glib comment, controlling your emotions. Well, up to a point, but you can't get rid of them. Well, I suppose some people can. I mean, we call them sociopaths, but I'm sure you're not a sociopath. Yeah. But jumping around does make you sweat like that, and then you sort of say, grab the blue too quick and hold on to the red. But yeah, just doing nicely. You might get I think the chance getting 80, might even get better. But yeah, maybe 76.50, and that should do it. But closer than that, you waste your time. Certainly 30 cents, you might as well take the bloody thing. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think 80 is looking like a great possibility. I think it can even get better than that. Actually, we'll see anyway, as long as you're protected. What's Oxy doing? A minute, Oxy. Oxy's coming right. Hey guys, Oxy's coming right. Oxy's coming right. I think it's getting pretty close to entry. We have got Oxy written down. 64.70. Now it's a little bit of way to go to Oxy yet to get to entry, but at least it's coming right. We'll start to anyway. Well, what's an acceptable loss? We discussed many times, depending on the size of the account, the percentage we've discussed many times, and you shouldn't. I mean, if you've got a $5 account, I would suggest that 300 to 350, absolute maximum 350, around about 3 to 350 should be a maximum. So you're going over that, you're overexposed. Your stop's wrong or your volume's wrong or something. And for goodness sake, please, if you've got a high leverage account and a small amount of money, for goodness sake, don't use that leverage where you're going too big. A lot of guys with a higher leverage then going bigger. Yeah, the trouble is that is you're asking for an overexposed margin call. Very important. About what? Sorry, please repeat what you said. I said a few things. What were you referring to? I'd account 5K. This is purely my opinion. For correct equity management, we shouldn't be risking more than 350 max, preferably about 300. And even that's quite high. Remember, 300 is 6%. I mean, international norm is 2% of your risk, but that's usually for much bigger accounts. A But on 5K, I personally think you should really risk more than about 300 bucks. Maybe squeeze 325, 50, about 300. But if you're down 500, 600, 5 grand accounts, you're overexposed. That's why you have a position size calculator. So I'll give an example. We're going to go into Brent right now. Actually, make it what should we make it? Make it NZDJPY. Get it out here. Let's just put one on for the hell of it. We'll stick with long, doesn't really matter. Maybe the stop loss is, move it down. There we are. Move the stop loss down here, just out the way of there to TP, where we put the TP. Maybe 89.25. That should give a risk reward off the top of my head. That's a bit too much, doesn't really matter. Okay, the bottom line is that's the figure look at. That's 60 bucks, right? So on that one, on a 5 grand account, you should be getting 300 risk. Well, that'd be 0.05. Then you know before you press the button what you're in for. You can control that, and that doesn't mean to say go and ZJPY and then you go in for another one when another idea comes out. I've seen that happen as well, and they send it out again because it's come back to the price of entries to send the trade signal out again. So jump in it again. Now you got a 600 rand risk. You're overexposed. So 300. You maybe have 3-4 open trades, maximum 300 on each. I need to be disciplined on that. I've seen many guys do this: 600 on one, 200 on another, 800 on another one. So the one loses 800, it makes up for the winners, you know. Getting that maths right it seems to be without some sort of lag in the brain, but people don't seem to be able to stick with it. I think it's probably more emotion than anything else. But I'm glad you asked again, AK. That's very important. And I have a lot of guys come in live chat. So I'm explaining, I know, I'm saying before. And they do things like that. It means no wonder they're battling, because they trade like that before, they're going to have a problem. It's high risk, high return. You've got to manage that risk, like you check your brakes and your oil and your water, and you put your seatbelt on, and you drive the right speed on a motor car, same sort of principle. I don't know anybody out there who's traded for a while has made that mistake of moving the stop away, overexposed, and hold on to the red. It's quite normal. It's something to work to discipline yourself on. I know, what's his name? Marius there. I think he's with us today. I think he's still with us, not sure. He mentioned himself, discipline is important, and he's applying the discipline. That's why he's doing well. Oh, there you are, Marius. Yeah, you're doing well. I'm obviously not going to mention your account. It's not my business to, but I can quite openly say you're doing well, and I have a feeling a lot to do with it because you're disciplined. You go to gym or something. Anyone regularly goes to gym, not once until the novelty wears off, but sticks it out, usually quite disciplined. And that's what you need. Hey, take out 64 on the opposite. Remember the full American markets, what's the NAS doing? Hovering. Well, I mean, I have to say I do like about this. It's not as volatile as the NAS, so it's not so bad for the ticker. The old heart there. I can get a stop here. That's about 85 pips. What will this give down here? No, it's not going to squeeze it to there. If you take it down to there, which I think is correct, we have to make a tighter stop. So I have to make a plan here. Yeah, 75 pips stop, and then you can take it down there and you get a risk reward. Yeah. None of them cock a hoop about, but it's not bad. I'll put it up for you and check it out. Just squeeze it. Only just squeeze it. You want to do it. Absolutely not, Mark. No ways I'm looking at damn Japanese yet. Sorry, mate. You'd have to go to IG247 for that. What do I do? GT247. No, of course we will. Right at this moment, I think the ship's sailed. We'll have a look. Before we do that, do you want to do it? That's a risk reward of 150, and it's going to get below that just now. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. That's my comment on that. Better than some of the others we looked at. Put it that way. Want to do it, Fanny? I'm a bit iffy on it, actually. It's okay. It's okay. I won't throw cast of pies at you if you go for it, but it's not a showstopper, put it that way. Yeah, will it affected? Yeah, I'm afraid that's the only thing. Otherwise, I'd agree with you. Solar radiant. That's it holding up. If the CPI goes wrong, it'll affect this as well. Affect all the indices, all the shares. Now, I know it's in America, it doesn't matter, it'll affect them all. Well, you make your mind up about that, guys, and come back to it. US dollar, yeah, I think that ship sold, guys. Yeah, ship sold, in my opinion. I'm a bit nervous chasing it here. Where can we get a stop? Is it worth it? 200 pip stop, too wide. Rather get it back down here, and the fundies will affect this definitely. Tomorrow, upper street, that'll be affected. If you're in a nice profit, it doesn't matter. You put your stop up to protect you. But if you're not, and you don't want to get out of it, it could be a disaster. It could fly down or will fly up, depending on what happens on the CPI. And remember, a couple of Wednesdays ago, we took a couple of trades, and the CPI really stuck the knife in the back. And still trying to recover from that. Not for me. I'm not worried about me. I'm talking about you guys. Well, the guys got shafted on that. So be very careful. Up to you, but at least you're pre-warned. I'm not sure I'd be chasing it here. No, right at resistance, my opinion. Anyone disagree with me on that? Oh, that's fair enough. Okay, Mark, no problem. Okay. Well, that's your gaming experience. In the fact you're coming here NK means you're picking it up. That's good. It's staggering the minute percentage of people even go to classes, never mind the trading room, that actually come on board with this. And sure, it's amazing. And would you buy a course and not even go to any of the classes? Really surprises me. But anyway, that's the way it is. Their choice, their money, they want to do it. Right. All right. Okay. See what you mean. Well, at least put it below today's opening. Even that's 100 pips away. If you really want to do it, what's the dollar doing? Excuse me, what's the dollar doing? No, it's like shoot the lights out, Mark. Still below 105. Some resistance. Yeah, it's up to you. Maybe a 70 pips. You put it down here, that's about a 40, 50 pip stop. If you want to do a 50 pip stop to pull the trigger, you can. Not that keen myself, but you can. So at least damage limitation if it didn't work out. That's exactly what it is. Well, I think what happens normally by membership, full of emotion, you go 2 or 3 times, it normally wears off, you don't bother. A heck of a lot of large percentage, I forget what it is, don't even open page 1. If you bought a gym membership, probably go at least once, you know. Oh, shame. That's not nice to hear. If you want to do that one on a very tight stop, maybe 50 pips, but I'm not keen. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. I think the sellers are coming back in again. There's a few sellers coming in there. And the dollar's not that strong, still below 105. I'd rather, unless you really want to do it small and maybe 50 pips stop, but I'm not keen. Oh, you're in it. All right, fair enough then. You're in it, so there it is. See how it goes. If it makes a profit, you got your stop loss modified, not too close, and the CPI works here, then you'd be laughing. But the CPI has to be above, quite a bit above, to get a nice decent move on the dollar upwards. What's the euro dollar doing? Hovering. What's Brent doing? Hey, 78 now. Wow. Now you can get your stop to 77 there, Mark and guys. What's Oxy doing? It's nearly an entry. It's starting to come right. Sure. 13 cents away. I forget who it was. 13 cents away from the stop. Now it's doing nicely. Great. It's in the blue. Good stuff. YOLO. I don't know that one. You only live once. Oh, right, okay. Unless you're a James Bond fan, it's you only live twice, eh? I think you're coming a bit short of the dollar yen there. Is it coming off? It's coming off a bit. I can, yeah, same as the FTSE. I tend to follow the American markets. Do we see any downside on this? Yeah, the downside is the way to be technically, but it will be affected by the CPI tomorrow. But if you're in short, that's a great way. I wouldn't be buying it. But then again, I wouldn't be selling it here. It's right on a bit of resistance. So it might get a bit of a short covering bounce. I hope you all know what I mean by that. Short covering bounce means to exit, you buy or sell. Don't forget, when you're in a short, you don't sell to exit, you buy to exit. And when you buy, you push the price up, even though you're not buying, you're only exiting, if you see what I mean. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it's sell the rally, but I wouldn't be going right down and selling it now. And I certainly wouldn't be buying it. I would leave that alone for the moment, etc. But even if it was here, I would say it's good to sell technically, but I worry about tomorrow's CPI. But if it's about there, I would say I'd like to sell, but not where it is now. No, leave it alone. Hope that makes sense, MK. Don't worry, you'll get there. It comes pretty quick, almost automatic after a while. Variables of market will always surprise you. You know, that surprised me more than once. But getting a look at the technicals doesn't take long. We'll keep it simple, stupid. Don't overcomplicate it. Depends where you went in. I hope you went short, not long. And if you went short, that's fine. Well, if you're shorting it down here, you shouldn't be short less than 15 minutes. Sorry. Don't get me on the 15 minutes. I'm just giving you a load of old BS there. Sorry. Yeah, you should be doing all right, because if you shorted it last week, it was right on support. So you shouldn't be going on at these levels. So luckily, it's backed up my theory. It's in the buy zone. I get that. Here's a good example of the golden cross about the in action. Ignore it, by the way. But indecision. So I'll stick with it. I wouldn't be chasing it now as a short, and I wouldn't be buying it even though it's in the buy range. I think seller rally is the way forward. But there's too many fundies, not just in the CPI, but Germany's coming up, Euro's coming up, interest rates on the euro. I would leave that on there. 14428 sell limit. Sell limit is an order. It's not a. I still have my sell limit. Oh, I see what you mean. You sell limit. You talk to somebody else there. Sorry, Mark. Beg your pardon. I get your point now. Okay, great. You understand. Good. Yeah, you could have that. I'm happy with that sell limit up there. 11428. That's fine. Round about the 10-day moving average. No problem with that. I'm just saying I would be a little bit hesitant to having it open. Maybe delete it if it gets near the CPI tomorrow, just in case the CPI figures are much lower, which is deflationary, which means they'll bring down it, not bring it down, lower interest rate hike, which means the dollar will weaken. Sorry, the dollar will weaken and the stocks will go up. So just be careful. You're not be taken into it and then it shoots up. Yeah, sure. If you didn't quite make that, that's what happens. I've had sell limits and buy limits sometimes and missed it by only a few pips, and I'm not in pity. But just to, I'm not sure I'll be holding on to it tomorrow for those figures, just in case something radical happens. Maybe just delete it. Okay, up to you. Just suggesting. Okay, so Brent's still going up. No, not done too bad anyway. From where it was just now this morning, it's doing quite nicely. It's got up just over $2. That's good. Good question. I think it was last month. Remember, you get monthly, you get quarterly, and you get annual CPIs coming out. I think the last one was last month. In fact, no, was it about 2-3 weeks ago? We had a lot of problems with it. Came out and all sorts of funny things happened, which didn't do us any favors. Okay, anybody else? Any questions? Good question. Good question. Check. You should have the economic calendar. Shouldn't mark it there. Put on the week on so you get everything there, which I've done. Tomorrow it's the month on month and the year on year. So core CPI and the CPI month on month and the year CPI. Difference in the core, it's the CPI without fuel and food, energy and food. That's the core. CPI's got everything in it, and so it's month on month and year on year coming out tomorrow. Okay. No problems. Good stuff. But you got your economic calendar. Keep it there handy and check it in. You put it on the daily or the week. I've got it for the full week, so I can scroll through it just out of interest. Not a big deal. Okay. So trying to go back up. I thought it was overcooked. I thought it was going to have some upward move. At least that making sense now. I think the rand's still doing okay. Last I looked, from a point of view of buying it, not the rand, that dollar that is. Yeah, that's not doing too badly. Trying to go back up. Good stuff. Okay, anything else, guys? Quite a few people left, not much happening, eh? Any other questions on stuff? So just let it profile and ask me a question. Happy for now? Okay. You good there, Morris? Any questions yourself? Oh, good for now. Thanks, NK. You take the trouble, you're interacting, you're learning. You'll get there. Don't worry, NK, you'll do it. This is a tough time. Don't panic. Thanks, Shifra. Hey, it's a good, yeah, Shifra, there you are. Shifra's been with me for a year or so, more. I don't know, a long time. Still comes in. So you're learning all the time. You're good as well, Morris. You're doing fine. So, yeah, that's great. Stick with it. Let's go Mafuti. I hope you, that's a new name there. Hope it's not all fog. hope some make sense and you'll learn more as you go along. No, I'm not, no. I'm the ones I'm in, I'm okay. I'll just probably modify before the CPI, depending. I'll definitely, well, I'll modify the dollar, yeah, because I'll modify it. Okay, great picture, cheers, mate. Yeah, good profit on CADJPY, good, lucky for you. You had more nerve than I did, short again, I must admit. I was a bit nervous on that, but good luck. Fortune favours the brave. Bit nervous about it. Well, if you're in short at the moment, I'm a bit nervous, but not much you can do about it now. You can't suddenly say, oh, you're all that. It's one of those things. You got your stop. Hopefully, you got the right position size. The volumes are not overexposed, and just hope it comes right. That's all I can say on that. It's going to be a bit iffy going forward. Waiting again for the fundamentals. Cheers, Shifra. I don't think we're going on much longer here. There's not much else we can offer unless you want some questions answered, like Brady just there. Or was it Brady or somebody else asked there? But yeah, there's not much else I can say on the matter at the moment. Don't think we get any more trades. I'm surprised about anything on this. Tell you what I can do. What's that coming off? And it's still hovering a bit. Still 50 minutes. It's coming off a bit. Just quickly check the BABA. Is anything happening there? Coming off a bit, so that's not doing too badly. The BA, is it still defying gravity? Yeah, still defying gravity. So it's not too bad. Oxy you're looking at. Oxy's trying to move up. Brent's trying to move up. So it's not too bad, hey. In fact, doing well, it's going up nicely. I think we might get a bloody 80 hit there. If it's still going up nicely, it might be able to modify the stop and maybe modify the TP. Looks like you can take out 80. I've got my stop on the rand at 18, but I think that's far enough away, so we'll find it. And you know, it's going to be a profitable trade because my stop is above entry. Or I should say, better than entry. Well done, Anne-Marie. Good stuff. See you tomorrow. Are you going again? Oh, well, never mind. You're in profit on both. Good enough. But why should you get knocked out in the 80, not move the other one 85 if it gets near there? If you get stopped out, what the hell? I mean, you still made money. You know, quite a few guys are left now. So thinking that does, yeah. Might as well, eh? Get in the habit of riding the blues, not riding the reds. Most people do. Okay, great. I don't much to add, really. It's only got about a dozen people left anyway. I think most are left. I can't think any new to offer. Yeah, maybe just only a couple of minutes to go anyway. Should we see? It's probably a bit quiet tomorrow. I hope you join me. Don't leave me all me. It's a bit quiet now, guys. Hey, I get lonely, but I don't expect much action until 3:30. Then the action should start from the 4 o'clock session. Oh, bloody please. If you do, Mark, I'm going to see you tomorrow. If it does, please remind me. It puts me in a good mood. I like hearing stories like that, and they go well. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your support, MK. Yeah, you'll get there. Thank you. It's like everything else. You put the graft in, put the time in, it should come to the party. Okay, brilliant. See you guys mañana. Thank you, Tom.